Okay, so hello everyone, and welcome to this new live stream on Woo English. My name is Hamza, and I will be your host for today's session. So let's wait for you guys to join. I hope you are ready to start this session. I hope you have a nice cup of coffee next to you, and that you are ready to learn a new grammar lesson. So welcome to the live stream again. So let me share with you my name again, as always, and also share with you where I'm streaming from. So I'm streaming from Morocco today. Okay. So let me know in the chat your names, guys, and where are you joining us from. So I would love to know the different countries. I see that already more and more people are joining our live stream, and I'm very excited for that. Lovely. So let's see if any of our usual friends are already here. So please leave a comment in the chat. Let us know where you are joining us from. Maybe drop also your name. I would love to know or to get to know you guys. So all right, so we waiting for more and more people. So while I wait, let me share with you the topic of today's live stream. It will be superlatives. Superlatives. So I'm not sure um, if all of you or most of you were with us last Saturday, where we talked about comparatives. Okay, so we talked about comparatives. This session, we will talk about superlatives, and we will see what is the difference between superlatives and comparatives. They are very similar, yet very different. All right. Hello. I see Artyom is already here. Hello, Artyom, and welcome to the live stream. I see Kushpu, is that did I pronounce your name correctly? Hello, Simur. Hello. So where are you guys joining us from? So let us know in the chat or in the chat there. Yes. I know that Artem is joining us from Russia, from Moscow, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure about the rest of you guys. So if you can share with us where are you joining us from, I would love to know. So I would love to know where our audience is scattered around the world. India, okay. Kushbu, hello from India. Okay, wonderful, great. Simur, we have Artyom. So all of you guys are joining us. I'm very happy to see you here and have you with us on the live stream. So Kuspe is from India, Berlin. So okay, Germany, Simur. Okay, so welcome to the live stream. Very happy to have you here. As I said, so today's live stream will be about superlatives. So we will see what do we mean by superlatives, how can we formulate the superlatives, and when do we use them? How do we use superlatives in sentences? Okay, and before we start, of course, while we are waiting for more people to join, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, so that you won't miss our next live streams. We agreed that we will have 2 live streams per week. Every Wednesday, every Saturday, we have a new live stream. So Wednesdays it's for vocabulary, while Saturdays are for grammar lessons, like the one that we are going to have today. So let me wait for more people to join. I see that more people are joining, so let us know, please, where you are joining us from. So write your name and your country. Hello, Gulnara. Hello. So Gulnara is from Baku. I'm not sure where is that located, so maybe let me Google it. I'm not sure. It's from Azerbaijan. Interesting, very interesting. I've heard that it's a wonderful country. I would love to visit it one day. I've seen a lot of pictures. I've heard a lot of things. It's absolutely a wonderful country. So welcome to the live stream, and yes, all right. So Gulnara, very happy to have you here. Please share with us your name, your country, and the live chat so that we can get to know each other. Maybe more and more viewers are joining from, yes, Azerbaijan. Absolutely great. Okay, so while I wait for more people to join, great. I see Diana. Good afternoon from Spain. Hello, hello, Diana. And by the way, Diana, congratulations for hosting the World Cup 2030. I think you will host it in join with Morocco and with my country, Morocco. I'm very happy for that too, actually, that we are going to join or to host the next World Cup. So it will be Morocco, it will be Spain and Portugal. I'm very happy, very excited for that. The year 2030. Wonderful. I think we can start our session, I believe. I think we have enough people to start, so maybe let us start our presentation. Great. All right. So superlatives. Wonderful. So what do you guys know about superlative? Let me know in the chat. Do you know what is a superlative? Can you give me an example of a superlative? What are they used for? So any information you have about superlatives, please feel free to drop it in the chat box. Maybe if you don't know how to formulate your idea, just give me an example of a superlative right in the chat, all right? So, and please get used to writing more and more, even if there is a mistake. What's going to happen? It's just a mistake. We are going to correct it. You are going to learn from it. So, everybody will benefit. So, please feel free to type in the chat. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. We are all here to learn. We are learning. You are learning from me. I'm learning from you as well. Okay, wonderful. We have our first example, the coolest day. The coolest day. This is an example by Artyom. Great. So this is an example of a superlative by Artyom. Perfect. I think it's correct. It is correct, actually. Sure. So good, better, and so on for Seymour. Good and better, great, but pay attention, Seymour. Better is a comparative, okay? It's not a superlative. Great. There you go. Now you corrected it. Yes, perfect. Okay. So when we say something is good, this is better than this. For example, let me maybe give you an example right here. So I can say this pencil is very good. This pencil is very good. But this pencil is actually better. It's better. I like it more. Okay. This pencil is better. But however, this one is the best. So this is the best of all of them. All right. This is the best one is all of them. Great. I really like the example given by Halim. So the most important grammar subject. I really like this. So you use the topic of today's live stream to give your example. That was very creative. All right. Great. Awesome. Um All right. Okay, so let us move to the next example. So here I have a picture, most beautiful. Awesome. So I have two forms so far that you guys mentioned in the chat. Actually three forms, okay? So for example, the first one was mentioned by Artem, which is coolest. Coolest. This is the first form. The second form was mentioned by Simur and by Kushbu. So please, I apologize if I'm pronouncing your names incorrectly. I'm so sorry for that, but I'm just reading them the way they are written. Maybe it's a mistake. Please let me know if I messed up. All right. And the next one is the most. Awesome. So let us go one by one, or let us go step by step through the images that you have on the screen. So, for example, John is tall, Mary. So, if we want to compare John and Mary, you can see them in the picture. John, Mary. So how can we say that? Let me know in the chat. And the next or the second sentence, John is tall in his family. So in the first sentence, we compare him only to Mary, all right? But in the second one, we are comparing him to all his family. All his family. So let me know in the chat, what do you think? Great is tall. Okay, so I already. All right, wonderful, great. I'm very happy that I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I rarely get it correct actually for with names. It's a long story. So Gulnara says John is tall than Mary. What do you think about Gulnara's answer? Does it need something or is it correct? Is it full? Do you like it? Is it correct? What do you think? Same thing for Kushbu. So John is tall than Mary. All right, Halim. Oh, actually, all right. Actually, this is the correct answer. So both Gulnara and Kushbu, you got it correct for the one part which is adding an er. Okay. So when I'm comparing two things again, so when I'm comparing two things, all right. So I have here two pencils. This one is tall, but this one is taller than this one. All right. So we don't say tall then, we say taller than. Perfect. So normally this is what should be. It should be taller than in the first sentence. Kushbu actually already shared with us the second sentence, which is John is the tallest, all right, in his family. John is the tallest in his family. And John, you are, or Kushbu, you are absolutely correct. All right. So let's go back. Let's go back. So to the example of these. So maybe let me do it like this. I hope that my pencils are clear for you. So if I'm comparing two things, I say taller than, older than. All right. So older than. But if, for example, if I'm comparing only these two, I can say this is taller than this one. Great. Gordana. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, great. The tallest, yes, for sentence number two. But if I want to compare this one to all of the others, I should all put them all in one word, which is the tallest. All right? The tallest. So, same in the example, when I compared John and Mary, so only two people, I comparing only two things, John and Mary, I said taller than. But when I compared John to everybody else in his family, what did I say? The tallest, the tallest. And remember, always we add the in the beginning, all right? Always we add the in the beginning. Great. Let us see the second example. Maybe I should. All right, I think it's clear. I wanted to hide myself, but I think it's clear. Hello. Jack Efron, my friend. Hello. I'm very happy, very excited to see you with us. Wonderful. Great. So, Frank, so we have here a family. There is Frank, there is Simon, there is Lily, there is Kate, and there is Dave. All right. The name and their age. That's their age. So, for example, Frank is 29, Simon is 11, and Lily is only 5 year old. Okay. So, if I ask you, Frank is old. Great, Kushbu. Awesome. So Frank is old Lily. So if I want to compare only Frank and Lily, two people, what shall I say? Two. All right, two. What shall I say? Frank is old Lily. What can I say? Kushbu. Great. All right. So Halim says the oldest. I agree with you, but if we compare him to everybody else. But for the first sentence, actually Koshbu got it correct. Okay? He got it correct. So Frank is old, or Frank is old if we want to compare him to his sister. Awesome. So Frank is towering over them. So this is if we want to compare their height, Jack. But now we are comparing their age, all right? So their age. Hello. Aitan, hello. Gulnara, Frank is the oldest. Lily, actually, no, Gulnara. And I will explain to you why in a moment. So in the first sentence, I'm comparing only two people, only two. So whenever I compare two, what do I need to say? I need to say what Kushba said. It's older than, all right? So older than is comparative. We compare two things, two people. I hope this point is clear. But when I want to compare one thing to all of the rest of the family, what shall I say? Frank is the oldest in his family. All right, Frank is the oldest. And Lily, if I want to compare her to everybody else, I should say Lily is the youngest. Lily is the youngest. Great. Kushbu also gave me the second sentence, which is Frank is the oldest in his family. And you are absolutely correct. So please let me know if this point is clear. So let me maybe write it. So let me write for you this. So we use the comparative when I'm comparing two things or two people. But I use the superlative. So let me share with you this, but I use the superlative when I'm comparing more than two, all right? Or one to many. So this is basically how we use the comparative. So if I'm comparing only two things, only two people, I use the comparative. ER, okay, ER then, taller than, younger than, older than, bigger than, okay. However, if I'm comparing one thing to many things, all right, I use the superlative, which is the topic of today's session. I hope it's clear, Gordana. I'm very happy that it's clear for you. So this is the superlative. So the superlative, we say we are comparing more than two. So when we have more than two, this is automatically the superlative. Or or when I'm comparing one to many things. All right. So I hope this is clear for you guys. Let me know in the chat if this first point was clear, and let us move to the next thing. Of course, in this image, we can see some birds and we can see a giraffe. Okay, so there is a giraffe and there are three birds. And the sentence says giraffes are tall animals. So if we want to compare giraffes to all of the other animals, all the animals in the world, what shall I say? Or what can I say? Right, great. Crystal clear. I hope it is, and I'm happy it is actually. Great. So I have one suggestion by Halim, which is the tallest. So Halim says the tallest, all right? So let me see if you agree with Halim, or giraffes are the tallest. Same for Kushpu. Halim is, or giraffes are the tallest animals. All right. Let's see if there will be any more examples. The tallest by Kushbu. All right. Okay, wonderful, great. And also for Gordana, same thing. The tallest animals, and absolutely, all of you guys are correct. Giraffes are the tallest animal. The, okay. Remember, always in the superlative, when I'm comparing one thing to everything else, I say the, all right? Because the, so the superlative, the tallest. And at the end of the adjective, I use the. Let us see another example. Maybe this is the last example. We still have two more actually, but it's totally fine. So the more examples we do, maybe the clearer it will become for you guys. Tallest or tallest? Actually, let me go back. Let me go back. Probably for Halim, actually it's double L, double L. So for Halim, it's double L actually. Okay, so I see um, Gordana bigger than. Very good, very good. The biggest. All right, and for the second one, it's biggest. So for Kushbu, the same thing, bigger than. So I completely agree with you guys. For the first example, for the first one, okay, Gulnara, same thing, bigger than. You guys are correct. So for the first example, we are not comparing everything. We are only comparing the red ball and the yellow ball. Two things. Red ball, yellow ball. So this means that I should use comparative. And how do we formulate the comparative? We add er to the adjective, then. Then. So big, it becomes bigger than, like all of you guys said. What about the second one? So the second one, I'm comparing the blue ball to everything else, everything, all of the rest of the of the of the balls. All right. So what shall I say? The red ball is bigger than the yellow ball. So two things. And the second one, the blue ball is the biggest. So if we compare it to all the balls in the pictures, it's the biggest one. I hope this is also clear. Let us see the next one. Antarctica is cold place on Earth. So Antarctica, for those of you who probably don't know it, it's the South Pole. It's the South Pole. It's the south of our planet Earth. Okay, so it's the southest place in the planet. Okay, the South Pole. So of course it's cold, and there is no other place more cold than it. All right. So now we are comparing it to everything else. Shall we use the comparative or the superlative? What do you guys think? Kushbu already shared with us the coldest. Okay, the coldest place. All right. Let's see. Coldest. Do you guys agree? Coldest, same for Golnara, same thing. So for Golnara, it's the same thing. All right, let's see the answer. Antarctica is the coldest place on Earth. Let us finish with one last example. Great, so you guys got it correct. The Nile River, so the Nile River, which exists in Egypt, I think, and Ethiopia and Sudan. So the Nile is long river in Africa. There is no other river in Africa long than him, all right, or longer than it. So what do you think? So we want to compare it to all the other rivers in Africa, not another one. Kushbul, all right, first, the longest, the longest. Halim, same thing, the longest. All right, the longest. Diana, the longest for Artyom. Awesome, guys. So I think you guys got it. So Gordana, same thing. So Artyom. So the Nile is the longest river in Africa. That was fantastic. So this is the rule. This is basically the rule for, or the first rule actually. The first rule, longer. Why shall we? Can't we say? Okay, let me probably go back for Gordana, or for Golnara. So longer. Why can't we say longer? I will tell you, Golnara, why we cannot say longer. Because very simply, we are not comparing the river to another river. Okay? We are not comparing two things. No. We are comparing the Nile River to all the rivers in Africa. And we found that it is the longest. All right? So, one, we are comparing it to the rest, everything else. This is absolutely a superlative, so the longest. So basically, all of the adjectives that we have seen so far have one syllable. One syllable. What does that mean? So whenever you hear syllable, this means how many vowels are in that word. For example, tall, one vowel; old, one vowel; long, one vowel. All right, or cold, one vowel. So if we have an adjective that has one vowel, what do we do? What is the rule? The rule is what you guys have been doing from the very beginning. We add the in front of the adjective and we add est at the end of the adjective. So we add the before the adjective and we add est at the end of the adjective. Do we have examples? Of course we have example. Big becomes the biggest. Small becomes the smallest. Fast becomes the fastest, slow the slowest, old the oldest, young the youngest, and cheap the cheapest. All right? Do we have some examples? Absolutely, we do. So, Russia is the biggest country in the world. I'm not sure actually about this information, but this is what I know. This is what I know. All right. So probably if that's wrong, maybe correct me. What is the longest? All right. So I said the biggest. All right, the biggest country in the world. Okay, great. Artyom, fantastic. Okay. So the biggest. Okay, sorry for that. So the biggest, so Russia is the biggest. Cheetahs are the fastest animals on earth. Cheetahs are the fastest animals on earth. I am the youngest of five siblings. By the way, sibling simply means sibling means brother or sister. So I can say, for example, I have two brothers and two sisters, or I can say I have four siblings. Okay. Russia is the biggest country in the world. Cheetahs are the fastest animals, and I am the youngest uh, in five siblings. Okay, great. So now we have new sentences, all right? We have other sentences because we will see part of the second part of the lesson. So, uh, there is a joke on the right of the screen. There is a little joke. What do you call a person who is happy on a Monday? Monday is the first day of the week. Most people are very sad actually because that's the beginning of the work week. All right, so we are starting to go to our job and stuff. So, what do you call a person who is happy on a Monday? It's a retired person, a person who does not work. Okay, so or a person who finished his work. So Mondays, most people they hate them because they are very busy. All right, they are very busy. There is a lot of work on Mondays. So let's see. For Kushbu, it's the busiest day of the week. All right, busiest day. Hello, Sumiya. Hello, and welcome to the live stream. The busiest also for Halim. So let me ask you a question. Normally, the rule that we have just seen is this. So we add the plus adjective plus est. All right. So this means that busy should become the busiest. Right, so let me share with you all of this on the screen. So we said the rule for the superlative is very simple. We add the in front or before the adjective and we add est at the end of the adjective. So what does that mean? Busy should become the busiest like I wrote it on the screen. So the busiest, busy, B-U-Z or S-Y and E-S-T. But I see that Halim and Kushbu wrote it differently. So what's going on? Why did you guys wrote it differently? Why didn't you just add EST? Where did the Y go? Where did the Y go? Did you just delete it? So let me know. So where is the I, or why is there an I? Great, great, Kushpu, awesome. So he said the Y should be replaced by IEST. Great. Let us see an example. Or let's see the correction of this one first. So Monday is the busiest, and you guys are correct. So we should remove the y and add iest. So this is a special case for adjectives that end in y. So let me probably show you the rule already. So let me show you the rule and then we see some more examples. So let me find the rule. This is the rule. So basically, when we have an adjective that ends in y, this means that we should remove the y and add iest. And of course, we add the in the beginning. For example, I'm very happy today, but my friend, he is the happiest. All right, happy, the happiest. So we remove y and we add iest. Dirty. So when something is dirty is, for example, when it has if I put my some coffee on my shirt, it becomes dirty. Okay, so dirty becomes dirtiest and easy becomes the easiest. So let's see on the examples. My wedding was the happiest day in my life. I had happy days, but my wedding was the happiest day in my life. Number two, the math exam was the easiest in years. Okay, was the easiest in years. And the last one, this room or his room was the dirtiest room in the house. Okay, there are dirty rooms. I've seen dirty rooms, but his room is absolutely the dirtiest I've have ever seen. So let us see some more examples. That is the lottery. The lottery, okay? So the lottery is when you choose some random numbers, and if you win, you are very rich. You become very rich. Okay, this is the lottery. So, for example, you go, you fill in some numbers for who will win a football match, and if your guess is correct, you will win a lot of money. So Dave won the lottery. He is happy in the world. So there is no other man who is happier than Dave. He is happy man in the world. And also he is lucky. But he is lucky person I know. So I know a lot of people, but Dave is has more luck than everyone else. I already see some examples or some answers. Kushbu says the happiest, he is the happiest, and he is also the luckiest. Same for Halim, he says the happiest. Okay, great. So can you give me some more answers? Let's see more answers, guys. Gulnara, happiest, fantastic. Um, where are the rest of you guys? So let's say maybe I will wait for one more answer before we move on. Please use the chat. Use the chat to practice your English. Don't be shy, all right? Don't be timid. Don't be shy. Please feel free to express yourself in the chat. If you have a question, you can drop it in the chat. I will be more than happy to answer it. And if you know the answer to this exercise, also feel free to drop it in the chat. Great. Luckiest Golnara. Okay, wonderful. So let's see the solution. Absolutely. You guys, happiest, luckiest. Same for Artyom. Happy, luckiest. Uh, though, Sumia, so you should put also happy in the superlative. So the same thing you did with lucky, you should also do it with happy. So he is the happiest man in the entire world. Okay. So I'm comparing one person to all the people in the world. Great, exactly, Gordana, exactly. So the happiest. But Gordana, Sumia, and Artyom, don't forget the. All right, don't forget the. So happy, the happiest. Lucky, the luckiest. Don't forget that, please. I think most of you are familiar with this cartoon. So Tom and Jerry were funny cartoon when I was a kid. So if I want to say or to compare them to all the cartoons that I watched as a kid, what can I say? It was funny and compare it. But please don't forget any words. I should have two words. Don't forget anything. So happy, the happiest. So what about funny? Okay, Artyom, wonderful. So I see that you didn't forget the. All right, great. The funniest. Halim, the funniest, Kushbu, and finally the funniest with Sumaya. All right, great. So let us see the correction. Absolutely. So Tom and Jerry are the funniest cartoon I have ever seen. This is one last example. So this is also for you guys to learn some more and more vocabulary. The thing that you will see in the or that you see in the screen is chili pepper, right? So it's chili. So if you eat it, it's very hot. It's extremely hot. Gordana funniest, great, or Golnara. So it's very hot, or also we say spicy. I think Indian people, for those of our friends here in India, I think you guys like spicy food so much. I've tried. I think I tried something once, and it was very spicy. So spiciest, spiciest. Of course, semi, but that I completely agree. So hot, the hottest. I completely agree with you. But it's just because here we have spicy. If we had hot, of course, your answers would have been correct. But if you want to change it, of course, we can say the chili is the hottest I have ever seen. All right, spiciest. Maybe there is a tiny mistake. P instead of O, but you guys are correct. So the spiciest. So maybe just a quick reminder of the rule. So the rule that we have seen here is that when we have an adjective that has two syllables, happy. All right, two vowels, happy. Great. Gulnara, the spiciest, and Gurdana, the spiciest. You girls got it correct. Great. So I said when we have a word or an adjective that has two vowels, so we say happy, dirty, messy. All right. All of these we remove, and also the end in y. What do? We remove the y and we add iest. Iest. Same examples. Happy, the happiest. Dirty, the dirtiest. Easy, the easiest. So my wedding was the the happiest day in my life. The math exam was the easiest, and the room or his room was the dirtiest room in the entire house. Lovely. So let us see now the last case. So far, maybe before I move on, let me remind you so far of two rules that we have seen. So we said if we have an adjective that has one syllable, one vowel, we add the before the adjective and we add est. Big, the biggest. Old, the oldest. Young, the youngest. When we have two syllables and y in the end, what do? We remove the y, we add the, and we add iest. Happy, happiest, dirty, dirtiest, messy, messiest. So let us see now the last case, all right? The last case or the last situation that we have. So the sofa is comfortable. We have here actually comparative and superlative, okay? So please pay attention. In the first example, we are comparing the sofa and the chair. What can we say? So remember, we are comparing two things. Two things. The most comfortable. So for Halim is the most comfortable. Is this the first example or the first answer or the second answer, Halim? So let's go one by one. What about the first one? Kushbu got it correct. Let me hide my picture so that you can't miss the sentences. So more comfortable. Kushbu, do you need something else? Do you need something else? Oh, okay. So for Halim, this was the second one. I completely agree. The most comfortable, as far as you are talking about the second sentence, RCM, you are correct. If you are talking about the second one, you are absolutely correct. Kushbu, is there something missing? Do you need to add something else? So the sofa is more comfortable. Is there something else missing at the end? The most comfortable. Gulnara, pay attention, please. Always, whenever you talk about the superlative, you should add the. So whenever you add most or est, you should add the. So the most comfortable. Um, More than, exactly, Diana, absolutely. So more exactly. This is it. Sumaya, the most comfortable. You are absolutely correct. So let us see the correction for this exercise. There you go. That's what your answer was missing actually. It's then. So we can say okay, I'm missing it too actually. All right, sorry. There is a tiny mistake there. So the first sentence is more comfortable than. Actually, then is behind the picture. So sorry for that. So the first one is more comfortable than. Why did we say more comfortable than and not the most comfortable? Because here we are not comparing everything. We are comparing just the sofa, one thing, and the chair, one thing. So we are comparing only two things. So we say it's more comfortable than the chair. The sofa is more comfortable than the chair. The second example, so we are comparing the sofa to all the house, everything in the house, the sofas, the chairs, the couches, the beds, everything. So what do we say? The sofa is the most comfortable place in the house. All the places in the house are not as comfortable as the sofa, so it is the most comfortable. Darwin, hello, and welcome to the live stream. So maybe let me remind the people like Darwin who have just joined us. So today we are talking about superlatives. Superlatives, when I compare one thing to everything. One thing to everything. All right. Let us see the second example and maybe you will get what we are talking about. So we have Mary, she got A plus in the exam, and Sam, he only got B plus. So Mary got more than Sam, more than Sam. So what can we say? Mary is smart, Sam. Mary is smart, Sam. Mary is intelligent. So let us start by sentence number one. Mary, so remember here we are comparing only Sam and Mary, two people. So I'm comparing Sam to Mary. What shall I say? Mary is smart, Sam. Okay, wonderful. Emmanuel, Noel, hello. So it's smarter than Sumaya. Please pay attention again. So when you are comparing two things, we should add, we shouldn't use the and we should use er. Like here, let me give you an example. So for Halim, he says smarter than, and Halim actually is correct. Same for Darwin. So smarter than. Darwin, absolutely, you got it correct. So Mary is smarter than Sam. Why is that? Because we are only comparing Sam and Mary, two people. Okay? We are only comparing two people. When I'm comparing A to B, I should say more than or er than. Kushbu, same answer, so you are correct. What about sentence number two? What would you say is the answer for sentence number two? Great, Sumaya. Now we are talking. So smarter than. Great. All right. Great, Gordana. Thank you for joining. I hope we will see you in the next live streams. We are streaming every Wednesday and Saturday, so maybe we will see you in the next one. Great. Halim. So he says more intelligent than. More intelligent than. Awesome. So Darwin is missing then, but he added it in the next comment. Oh, I see that Darwin is joining us from Facebook. That's wonderful. We rarely see someone interacting with us from Facebook. Hello, people of Facebook. You can join us. You can leave us your comments. I will actually see them and respond to them. Yusuf Belghazi, hello. I remember you from last time, Yusuf. How are you? So, welcome to the live stream. Mary is more intelligent than Sam. So you guys are absolutely correct. So when we have small words like smart, it has one vowel, A. So we should say smarter than, smarter than. We only add er. But if we have long words like intelligent, look how many vowels it has. It has four. Intelligent. All right, intelligent. So what should we do? Should we say intelligenter? No. We should say more intelligent, like Kushbu here says. Mary is more intelligent than. How about the last one? So, in the last sentence, we are no longer comparing Sam to Mary or Mary to Sam. We are comparing Mary to everybody in the school. Should we say more or should we say something else? Let us see the chat. Absolutely, Kushbu, we should say Mary is the most intelligent student in school. Halim, same thing. So the most intelligent, you guys are correct. So now, so we moved from est, so we no longer add est because we have long adjectives. So when the adjective is long, longer than two vowels, we no longer say est, so we cannot say Mary is the intelligentest. No, that does not exist in English. So we cannot say Mary is the intelligentest. It doesn't make sense actually. What should we say? We should say the most intelligent. The most intelligent. Let us now see the rule and then see some more examples. Okay, so here is the rule. So when the adjective has more than two syllables, more than two vowels, what should we say? Most or the most. The most. Examples. Of course, we will give examples. So comfortable. Comfortable. What does it become? The most comfortable. Why is that? Because comfortable, how many syllables, how many vowels does it have? Comfortable. Comfortable. It too has three or four vowels, okay? So the most. Same thing for intelligent, the most intelligent. Let's see these two adjectives in sentences. Albert or Einstein was the most person in history. I'm not sure again if there has been some or smarter people. I don't know, but as far as I know, he is very known for being the most intelligent person. So Einstein was the most intelligent person in history. The second example, so comfortable, if I want to compare the jacket to all the jackets in the shop, I can say this jacket is the most comfortable item I have ever tried. Hello, hello. Ayush, hello. Welcome to the live stream. I think you are joining from India. Welcome. More and more people are joining from India. Hello to the people in India. That's amazing to have you guys here. Great. So far we have seen three rules. The first rule is we add est, so the smartest, the biggest, the oldest. The second one, happy. If the adjective has y in the end, what do? We take the y and we add, or you know what? You know what? Let me ask you guys. So what do we do? So for big, for example, big. What is the superlative for big? What is the superlative for big? What is the superlative for big? Exactly. But not biggest, not biggest. Kushbu, you need something. Yes, Halim corrected it. The biggest. All right. Remember this. The biggest. All right. What about smart, for example? What about smart? Exactly, Kushbu. Yes, you got it correct. It's there. It's missing there. So, smart. The smartest. Sumia, here again, we are talking about the superlative. So, superlative, we add est and not er. So, we add est. So, it should be this, the biggest. The smaller. Oh, not really, not really. It's the smartest, actually. So, if I give you cozy, cozy. So cozy means comfortable in a very nice way. Comfortable. So I can say our house is very cozy. So the biggest. Sumaya, this is actually the answer for number one. It's not the bigger, but the biggest. All right. So the biggest. What about cozy, guys? What about cozy? Yes, so this is the rule number two. So when we have y in the end, when we have y, we should add or we should remove the y and add iest like Halim did here, the coziest, and also like Kushbu says, which is the coziest. Gulnara, the smartest. Yes, this is for the previous one. I completely agree with that. So what? Okay. What about this one? What about this one? When someone is complicated, so this math is very complicated. If I want to compare it to everything else, if I want to use the superlative, what shall I say? Complicated. Can I say the complicatedest? The complicatedest? Is that correct? Is that it? Is that the superlative for? Okay, yes, Halim got it. So here, when the word is long, we add the most. We don't add est. Coziest, Golnara for the previous one, you are correct. Maybe there is a little delay, but you are absolutely correct. Okay, the coziest, exactly, exactly. The coziest, actually, yes. The most complicated for Kushbu for my last one. Okay, so now I will give you some examples and or some sentences, and you guys should tell me if these sentences are correct or not. And if they are not correct, you should correct them. I want you guys to correct them. Yes, Golnara, for the last example or the last word that I gave you, the most complicated, you are correct. You are absolutely correct. That's exactly the superlative form. So what you should do, guys, is you should write the number. For example, you should write number one. You should write correct or incorrect. And if it is incorrect, you should correct it. Okay, so write for me number one. I already see that you guys. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So I already see some answers. So for number one, Kushbu says the tastiest. He says that we shouldn't say why. We shouldn't put the why, but we should say I. Do you agree with Kushbu? Is that the correct one? Halim says the same thing. So he says tastiest is with I and not with Y. Gulnara says the tastiest. What about the second one? What about the ambitious? Okay, all right. Kushbu for the last one. The ambitious. By the way, do you know what do we mean by ambitious? Ambitious. So an ambitious person. Great, great. Sumaya, great. All right. So the coldest, all right. Oh, so ambitious is someone who has a lot of dreams. So if you have a lot of dreams, you are an ambitious person. For example, Elon Musk, for example, he is a very ambitious person. Great, now you got it. Kushbu, great. So the most ambitious. Really, not really, not really. Golnara, not really. So the most ambitious. Okay, so let us see the correction. So for the first one, the tastiest, actually, it shouldn't be Y, it should be I. All right, because we saw the rule when we have an adjective that ends in Y, we remove the Y and we put I. So it shouldn't be Y. So the second one, the cloudiest, when we are formulating the superlative, don't forget the. Don't forget the in the beginning of the word. Let's see. Or let's see. Yes. So for the first one, it shouldn't be cloudiest, but it should be the cloudiest. All right, the cloudiest. And for the last one, it shouldn't be the ambitiousest. The ambitiousest. That's very difficult even to pronounce. The ambitiousest. I'm the ambitiousest person. We cannot say that. We should say the most ambitious. Why is that? Because ambitious, it has more than two adjectives or more than two vowels. A, B, So those are three adjectives. So whenever it has more than two, don't add est, add the most. Add the most, all right? So it should be the most ambitious person. Let us see the next one. So what do you think about sentence number one? Sentence number one. This is the angriest he has ever been. Is this correct? Angry, angry. Is that the superlative for angry, angriest? The second one, your room is the most messy room in the entire house. And the last one, Harry Potter is the most interesting book I have read as a child or as a kid. So what do you guys think? For the first one, the angriest, is that correct? If it is correct, you can write it for me. So write for me that the sentence is correct. What do you guys think? Hello, hello. All right, number one for Halim. Number one is correct, and I agree with you. Actually, number one is correct. Okay, Sumaya, why should we say the most angry? Why should we say that? So let's see. Do you remember the rule, Sumaya? Do you remember the rule? So happy. Darwin also, he says, yes, I think it is correct. Actually, it is correct. So maybe let us remind Sumaya of what is the correct form. So we says when we have an adjective that is small, it has two vowels, and it ends in y. We shouldn't add the most. We should just take away the y and add iest. So let me give you an example. Uh, these are some examples. I will write them for you in the chat so that you can recheck them again. So the 30th. And finally, angry, actually, it should be the angriest. So the first sentence is correct. I hope it's clear for you. I see that you understood what we are talking about. So I hope it is clear for you. So let me share with you my answer. So happy becomes the happiest, dirty becomes the dirtiest. In the same way, angry should become the angriest. So the first one is actually correct. All right. Number two, Halim says the messiest, the messiest. Absolutely, absolutely. So we have a small word. It has only two vowels. Messy, messy. All right. So we shouldn't add the most actually, or like Diana says, it should simply be the messiest, the messiest. All right. I already have an answer which is like for Golnara, so the most angriest, not really. So for Golnara, if we say the most angriest or the most messiest, this means that we applied the rule two times. We added the most and we added est. They are the same thing. So est and most, it's the same thing. We just add est for short words and we add the most for long words. Please confirm with me if the rule is clear for you. What about the last one? What about the last one? Harry Potter is the most interesting. Is that correct, or do we need to change anything about it? The last one. Interesting. So interesting. Please, before you say whether we should add est or we should add most, count how many vowels. Count how many vowels do we have. Interesting. All right, that's already four. Angriest, or Diana says it's okay, this means correct, and Iman says this is also correct, and I agree with you guys. Correct, Halim? Correct, absolutely. So the only one that was not correct or incorrect was messy. So we don't say the most messy, we say the messiest. All right, the messiest. Right now we will see two more words that don't follow these rules. They don't follow these rules. Okay, so it's first one is good. So for good, if I want to say this pencil is good but this one is, can I say gooder than? What shall I say? Can I say gooder than, or is there another word? If I want to compare two things, comparative, what shall I say? So good, shall I say gooder? Or what's the deal? Anyone? Let me know on the chat. I hope it's not, there isn't like a big delay or something. But as you guys are thinking about the answer, please don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. So the best, Diana, I agree with you, but the best is superlative. But for the comparative, I can say better, which is the answer that we have here. So comparative is when we have two things. So this pencil is good, but this one is better. This one is good, but this one is better. Now, if I want to say that this is good, then all of them. So all of these, I want to say this is good, I can say this is the best. So again, so I can say this is good, this is better, but for the superlative, we say the best. All right, the best. Good is not really, Sumaya, not really. So these two words, I will introduce two words. They are actually irregular. They don't follow that rule. We change all the word. The best, Sumaya, actually, absolutely, yes, correct. Now you are correct. Now, if I want to say bad, this movie is bad, but this one is even more bad. What can I say? What can I say? If I want to compare two things, both of them are bad, but one is more bad. What shall I say? What do you guys think? Anyone? So if I have something bad, what shall I say? Anyone? Maybe I should give you the answer. So normally we say worse. Great. So for your answer, Diana, is for the superlative. But for two things, I can say this is bad, but this is worse. Okay. But for the superlative, you are absolutely correct to say this is the worst. Okay. So if I have a bad, very bad day, I can say this is the worst day of my life. This is the worst day in my life. All right. Okay, so let us now see an exercise. So this is the exercise. So the first one, Giraffes are tall animals alive. So superlatives. So the adjectives in between parentheses, you should put them in the superlative. So what shall we say? Giraffes are tall animals alive. Come on, come on. So I will wait for you a little bit. Maybe there is a delay because I started noticing that maybe there is a delay in the last part of our presentation. Tallest. All right. Do you need something else, Halim? Is there something else missing from your answer? Please pay attention. Think again. There is a little tiny thing. Same thing for you, Diana, actually. There is something missing from your answers. Both you and Halim, your answers are correct, but they need something. They need something. All right. Great goal. Nara got it. Halim and Diana, it's the. Always remember that. The tallest. Same. Sumaya, absolutely correct. So the tallest. What about number two? What about number two? Sally's paintings was beautiful one in the exhibition. An exhibition is where an artist puts all of his or her paintings. Okay. Okay. Same thing, Sumaya. Is there something missing from your answer? Is there something missing from your answer? Think again. Think again. You did it in the first one. You did it correctly in the first one. Is there something missing in Sumaya's answers, guys? Okay, great. Diana got it. So the most beautiful. Sumaya always superlative the. All right. It is written in the sentence. Really? Where is it? Where is it? I really where is it written? I didn't write there. So Sally's painting was beautiful in the exhibition. All right. Number three. So number three, I find math to be challenging subject in school. All right. So the most beautiful, correct, and Gul Nara, correct also. So the most beautiful. Let me go to the number three or to the third example or the third sentence. I find math to be challenging subject in school. So I have a lot of subjects in school, but math is challenging more than all the others. First sentence. Ah, I see. All right. Thank you, Halim. I didn't notice the. I didn't notice it actually. Thank you for notifying me. So I find math to be challenging. Challenging means difficult or complicated. So what is the superlative for this one? Let's wait for your answers. Okay, Artyom. I see Artyom is back. So the most challenging. Halim, the most challenging, and Gulnara, the most challenging. You guys are amazing students. Great. I really like this. Last one, last one. So, and please, people in India, please confirm if this is true or if I'm wrong, because I just wrote this sentence based on what I know about India. So, Mumbai is busy city in India. So, in all India, Mumbai is busy, so more than other all the other cities. Or is it New Delhi or what's the deal? But even if it's wrong, I'm so sorry for that, but just give me the superlative of busy. So this is all I want. So let me wait for your answers, guys. So last sentence, Mumbai. All right, perfect. Gray, the busiest, is the busiest, and you guys are absolutely correct. Perfect. So giraffes are the tallest. Sally's painting was the most beautiful. I find math to be the most challenging, and the last one, the busiest city is India, or Mumbai is the busiest city in India. And I think with that, guys, we arrived to the end of our live stream. So thank you so much for for being here and for your interaction. And please, if there is any questions that you have or any subjects that you would love for us uh, to have in the next live streams, please leave them in the comments, not the live stream or not the live chat, but leave them in the comments later when the live stream is recorded on YouTube. So tell us what are the things that you want to learn about. What are your suggestions for the next lessons that you want us to do? And of course, I will see you in the on Wednesday, next Wednesday, for a vocabulary class. So see you then, guys. So next Wednesday at the same time at 3 p.m. GMT +1. All right. We always put a reminder on our live stream. Thank you so much. Maybe you can visit me on my personal YouTube channel. This is my name, so you can visit me there if you wanna benefit some more. I'm dropping some new videos there very soon. Thank you so much, guys, for being here, for your engagement, for your interaction, and for your kindness. Thank you so much. See you on Wednesday.